It's that time once again for Detroit Tigers Talk Baseball, the Central Crown. Volume 10. How's everybody doing today?
Doing
Good.
good.
Awesome. Well, introduce you guys yourself.
Richard, you can catch me on Twitter at Riggs928.
Mike, you can catch me on Twitter at @OnePride_JR.
You can catch me on Twitter at Crazy Hockey Fan. And to our first topic, and the Tigers, who are currently winning right now. We will start off with the Tigers versus the Rockies series. Back in the day, way back when, like a week or so ago. How well do you guys think we did for this one?
I thought we did pretty well.
Yeah?
Yeah, I agree. We won the series, right? We won 2-1, I think.
Yeah, we did really well in this series.
Yeah, I was pleased with it. As long as we keep winning the series, that's all that matters. Like some of them, like that one, you would have hoped for a sweep there, but as long as we won the series, that still counts better than if we lost the series.
That's true. That's true. I do. Was that a Scooble game? I think that was a Scooble game, wasn't it?
Might have been.
It's been a minute. I don't remember who all pitched in that series.
Yeah, I think that because Scooble's hasn't been able. He's pitched well. He just hasn't gotten the last two wins because his bullpen is and Jay Foley is the one that messed that one up. But just got to keep winning series is all that matters. But we did have a really good series. I mean, we scored a total of like 19, 20 runs in that series, only gave up 8 over 3 games. So we did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how do you feel about that series outside of just we won?
To be honest, it was a while ago, so I don't.
I don't. We've been so locked in on these last few games, man. I don't even remember that series like game for game. To be honest, I just know we won it.
Yeah, those were like Colt Keith and Parker Meadows type games. Those are really good games. Parker Meadows had a really good series. Verling and it was mostly a Keith and Parker Meadows series. Man, they really did well against the Colorado pitching. Yep. Yeah, for the most part, you had a couple of good Kerry Carpenter, but that was a Parker Meadows Colt Keith series. All right, we can move on to the next one. Real quick here. Move on to the Baltimore Orioles series. Now, that one just happened recently, so how do y'all feel about that one? That was a pretty good series as well. More of a pitching duel.
I was actually really impressed. You know, you get 2 out of 3. You know, because I said on the side and our group chats and stuff that between that we had 3 against them, the 3 versus the Royals right now, and then we got 3 more against the Orioles. I said I wanted to go 6-3 at the very least.
What do you mean 3-6? That's what you meant.
6-3.
Oh, you want to do not over the nine games?
Between the Orioles, 3, Royals right now we got 3, and then we got 3 more against Baltimore. Right?
So that's 6. So how many out of 6 are you talking about?
That's 9 games. They're 3-3 game series.
So
that's why I said I to
That's
go
what I mean.
6.
I wasn't counting the games we played a while ago. I'm just talking about the recent series. That's why I was okay. I was like 3-6. Wait, we just paid. We only paying 6 games against them recently. So that's what I thought you were talking about.
So that to me was real impressive. Because these are all teams that are in playoff hunt as well. So, anytime you can win a series, that's against a playoff caliber team, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Especially them. I mean, wouldn't it be funny though if we had to play them in the playoffs?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, we had a one hitter, a near combined no hitter that first game. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, they pitched very well. Our bullpen. I mean, these bullpen sessions are becoming a regular good pitching sessions. I mean, and obviously your favorite pitcher Holt.
That is one of my favorite pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
I think outside of Schoolboy, he's our best overall pitcher, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He almost might be more. Oh, what a catch, Perez! He might be more valuable just because he can open. If you got a jam in the 4th or the 5th, he can come in and shut it down. He's just as good against righties as he's against lefties. He's 8 for 8 in saves. Like, you literally could put him anywhere and he succeeds. I seen someone on Twitter today, a Guardians fan, and said that he's not better than any of our pitchers. Like, come on, dude, really? Like, and he tried to say, he does a lot of mop up work. When? Unless you want to say that, opening is mop up work, I don't know what to tell you. Like, name me one pitcher in the major leagues, ARNL right now, that is doing what Holton's doing.
I know.
I don't think you can name one.
Yeah, and Holton's not. He doesn't do mop-up work. Mop-up work is considered when the game is out of reach either way, like completely out of reach, and you just need a pitcher to like get through innings, and that's not what he is. He's the guy that we need to keep the game going, is what it is, and that's what he does.
Yeah, whoever said that don't know what they're talking about. He's been everywhere in that pitching lineup. Like, they used him for pretty much every and anything. Like, and none of it was mop up work. Not with him. He's too valuable.
I'm sorry, Mike. He's had several instances where he start today, and then tomorrow he's closing the game for you. Like, that's nuts.
Yeah, to think that this guy's has mop up duty, that's a reach. That's a reach.
And it's not like he has an overpowering fastball. He's just a good pitcher. He knows how to pitch.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. He's a good finesse pitcher. Okay, let's see what we got next here. What are our chances in the wild card race? How do we feel about like where we're at right now? I mean, who we have coming up? I mean, like what do you think? What do you think about our chances in the race right now? Just our chances. We'll discuss later about like the teams ahead of us and behind us.
Well, if we get this sweep tonight, that'll be huge. Like I said, when these before that last Orioles series started, I wanted to go at no worse than 6-3. we get the sweep tonight, that'll be 5-1 with three games against the Orioles this weekend. So we can actually have a chance to do better than what I wanted. So this weekend will give you a big tell, and but what we got to work on too is we need these other teams to lose because we have some tiebreaker situations that don't favor us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I still think our players are hitting well. We're doing well. We got a good vibe. We got momentum going in our way. I mean, I think we're doing really good. What do you think, Mike?
I think we're doing well too. And man, like before today, we're 1.5 out, right? So we win tonight. And what's the score of the Guardians game? Is it still tied?
Twins are up 4-2.
Oh, that's bad. Bad.
Yeah.
In the bottom of the 10th.
What about the Tigers? We look like we were in a little bit of trouble here too. Let me turn back to it.
No, we're still at 4. Yeah, we're still at 4-1.
Runners on first and second with 2 outs.
Gotta get this last out though. But yeah, even if they win tonight, we win again tonight. We still in a good spot. You get 1.5 out, and we still got like 9-10 games. We're good. I thought we were good. I thought we were going to be okay in the Orioles series, and we won that series. And now we got the Orioles coming back up again, which nobody's talking about them, but they're sliding too. Like it's not just the Twins. Like they could slide out of that wild. Who's to say they don't slide out of that wild card spot? Especially if we beat them again in another series back to back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we can beat them tonight, I mean, obviously it's a little bit more harder to get there, but I mean, we could get to the second wild card spot. It's possible because that's where the Royals are. So you never know. You never know. I mean, anything's possible in baseball.
Right, because I feel like a lot of people are looking at just the Twins, and that's cool because they are the team that's the first team in front of us. I get that, but every one of them, like they're sliding. We've been better than each of those teams pretty much, and we've beaten each of those teams. So.
Yeah, it's been looking pretty good.
I think the other thing that's helped the Tigers as well is, we're in the playoff run or hunt, and now you got your guys coming back. It was, nice pitch, Scooble. It was, Green and Carpenter. Torque came back up. Parker, Mize, Reese Olson just came back. So all your guys, your big guys coming back from injury, especially at the end of the season. And I would be willing to bet if we weren't in the playoff stretch we are in right now, I don't even bet. I wouldn't doubt that we wouldn't even pitch Olson. They'd probably just shoot him down.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
4-3. Guardians, Twins.
Whew.
Yep, I just turned back to that. So hopefully they can add another run so we can give them another shot at beating the Twins.
The Twins got a 24-year-old who's never had a save.
That's who's pitching on the mound right now?
Yes, sir.
Interesting. I hope they come on, Guardians. Never ever wanted to root for Cleveland so bad.
I think he's a rookie.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's a rookie. He's only pitched 17 games in 2 years.
All right, let's see. Our next topic. A playoff race. Who's in front of us? Who's behind us?
Oh, we kind of touched on who's in front of us. Let me see who's behind. Yeah, you two can go. You can go, Rich. Or
yeah. So you got Seattle behind us, and you also have whatchamacallit behind us as well. I know Seattle's behind us and Boston. Yeah.
Okay. We got a decent sized lead on both of them, especially Boston. Boston front by 5. Seattle were in front by 3. Then Tampa behind Boston were in front by 6. So yeah, we got a pretty decent sized lead there.
I mean, Boston doesn't scare me anymore. I think they're too far away. Seattle's still right there, though. That team still. If we can win a few more games and put like maybe one more game, and they may not be able to catch us at all. I don't mean mathematically, but just the whole win loss thing. It might be just too tough for them because they'll have to hope we lose and they win. And I mean, we're just in a good rhythm right now.
Right, I think out of the teams behind us, I agree with you. I think Seattle's the only team. Like if we slip up, lose a couple games, they can get back into it, winning a couple. But Boston being 5 and Tampa being 6, that's kind of too rich.
Yeah, and if you look at it, if we were to win tonight, even though hopefully Minnesota loses, but can't guarantee anything here.
Yeah, they're on the ropes right now. They got runners on first and second. The Guardians do with no outs.
Yeah. It's possible. I hope so. That'd be great. A walk-off. But so regardless, if we win tonight, we gain another game on Kansas City, which would put us only 2 games behind Kansas City. And then obviously if Minnesota loses tonight, we're only a half a game behind them. That means a lot. Like we're gonna be, we are so good. It's getting so good. It's nice to feel this way now. For the first time in a long time.
And Baltimore lost again tonight. They're 3-7 in their last 10, with 3 coming up against us.
That's true. That's going to be a big series for them too. That might be another good series.
And they play the Giants again tomorrow.
They do?
Yep. And they got Logan Webb going on the mound for the Giants.
Yeah. So let's see the Twins actually play a 4-game set against the Guardians. So not only do they play today, they also play tomorrow against the Guardians too. So, and I think we may have the day off.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. That'll help us because if the Guardians, like we win tonight, Guardians lose tonight, and then Guardians lose tomorrow, we're even. We're tied.
The Twins.
You know what I meant. The Twins. That's what I meant. Yeah.
And I looked at it. Hold on before I talk. Let me double check what I'm saying. So the Twins' last 3 games of the year are the Orioles.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's what I like because the Orioles are going to have something to play for. And then we play the White Sox, who have nothing to play for.
And then the Royals, last 3 games are the Braves, and they're fighting for a playoff spot.
Wow. I mean, I'm just going to say we're doing well. I'm not throwing anything out there right now.
I'm just saying, 4-4.
Yeah. They just walked off. The Indians just walked off. No, I thought they did. They didn't. You got me excited, Richard.
But it's first and third with no outs.
Yeah, I they showed a video of a previous home run, and I thought they walked it off. I was really excited for a moment.
Man, they got Bobby Witt again. He's had struggles the last couple games at short. And he's usually pretty sure-handed.
Yeah, tied 4-4 now.
Hey, Richard, man, you and me both need the Phillies here, man.
No, I need the Brewers.
Yeah, so
hold up. You bet Milwaukee?
I did.
Hey, tripping. I thought you took Phillies, bro. Well, hey, they got 2 men on base, 1 out.
Yeah,
I'm hoping for RBI right here. That's what I need. What's the next topic?
Yeah.
Runners at corners though, so they still got a shot, no outs. man, they can win this. They can win this right here. Help us out.
What's our future of Ty Madden? What's the future of Ty Madden? How do we feel about what is he? Is he a future starter, a middle reliever, maybe a closer? We're not sure. What is he?
I'm not sure quite yet of where he fits. He might have a rotation spot with how Casey Mize has been struggling.
Yeah.
But what I do like, and I shared this statistic, what Chris Fetter has done with Holton, Reese Olson, and Ty Madden, once they got in his hands, they all had 7 and 8 ERAs in the minors in Toledo when they came up to him. And they all got ERAs below 3. Or no, Madden and when that statistic came up, Madden did, Holton did, and Reese I think was at 3.3 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you know, we have talked about this. It might have been the last show you and I did, Chris, where you know, Tigers don't look at statistics when their guys go to the minors. They look at goals and stuff that they want them to do. So that's why you see these guys come up with ballooned ERAs and stuff, and then they get to us and go through that last developmental stage with like Chris Fetter, and he's like a pitching whisperer, man. Like, that dude is really good at his job.
Yes, he is. He's very good. I mean, he's well known in baseball too, and I mean, it's a scary possibility that he may actually become a head coach, which is good for him, but not so good for us. So, I mean, he's a really good coach. I think Ty Madden definitely has a future with the Tigers. What he'll be, I'm not sure yet. I think he's set for a long reliever, in my opinion, but it's I mean, jury's still out. He hasn't had much time, small sample size right now. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. Undecided. I'm hoping that it will still be as a starter, but you never know how things shake out. But hey, it wasn't encouraging seeing the numbers in the minors, but when he came up and had to be used, he was way better. So hopefully that trend continues. Hopefully, I don't know, has he been doing good recently down there, or does anybody know what his numbers look like when he went back down? Or
I could check when he came up, you mean? I'm going to check right now. Right now, he's 4 games, 1 start, 1-1, 2.55 ERA, 17 2/3 innings, 12 strikeout, 5 walks, no home runs allowed.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing pretty good for a small sample size. Not too bad. Not great. Not great. Not bad. Just he's doing what he's supposed to do. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. No, let's keep things moving here. Okay, the next one will be like a 2-part question. How valuable is Parker Meadows? And what's his ceiling? So
I personally love Parker Meadows. I don't think it's a coincidence that once he came back up, that we took off on this record. I mean, when he came back up, I think his average was 191 or something, 181, something crazy like that. And now I think it's like pushing 240. He's got that base stealing. He's running. His running just overall. It seems like he's always involved in the big moments, whether it's scoring game-winning runs or tying runs or game-winning hits, or and his fielding is really good. And I think the best thing about his fielding is he puts himself in great position because he's already long strided. So, that helps. He can cover a lot of ground, but he don't put himself out of position. Like a lot of them, he'll be right, depending where who the hitter is where he stands. So he can be in left center. It comes right to him. It looks like a can of corn, but he put himself there. I love the way he plays, man. He's just that, that guy that just keeps things rolling, get things rolling. I love what he's done, man.
Yeah, he has. He's done. I mean, his length, his defense. I mean, and like you said, I mean, we have such a high winning percentage with him in the lineup. It's crazy. The guy has length. He can do everything, and that's what I'm saying. Like he's close to a 5-tool, about as close to a 5-tool player you can get in baseball, and he's a big target too, and he's fast on the base pass too as well. Dude can fly. So I mean, his future is really bright. What would you say his ceiling is? Or wait, hey Mike, what would, because I don't see your face, I just see the icon. I always forget. What do you feel about Parker Meadows? How do you feel about him? How valuable do you think he is?
He's extremely valuable, man. Since he's been back, he's been much improved. I was glad he came back, and I'm gonna say him and Torque. Like I think both of them handled going back down to the minors as good as you would want them to handle it. They came back. They looked like different players than what they did before they got sent down there. So you said his ceiling is he could be the ultimate 5-tool player, man. Like it's so many things that he does. Like his speed alone helps out on both ends, like offensively and defensively. If he's on the bases, he's still a base, whether that be second or third. Like it's just so much things he can do. Like I'm excited that he's back, and our record with him like is crazy. Like it was a stat. I didn't save it, but it was a stat saying like if he gets a hit, like just one hit in the game, what our record is with him playing, and it was like crazy. It was like 90% win percentage or something crazy like that. With that just hit. So yeah, I love it, man. He's a big part of us getting into this playoff race.
Yeah, he is.
I think you have to shout out him and Torque. Mike kind of hit on it. For guys who have been in the big leagues, done good. I mean, Torque was a 30 and 90 guy. Meadows has had some, positives last year in the majors. For them to get sent down and not pout, not put their heads down, and when they come back, be different players. And, I remember I was one of the ones that said, yeah, bring Torque back. Let's see what we got. And I agree with Mike. Like, they've been a big part of what's going on right now.
One second, y'all. Guardians won, man.
Yep.
I didn't even check the screen. Yep. Okay.
Man, Tigers win this game, man. We inch just a little bit closer.
If we win this game, we are only a half a game out of a playoff spot. Well,
it's still 1.5.
1.5, yeah, Richard. I get it. And I just realized that I think this is the first season they went to the tiebreaker system. Or it was last year. It was either last year or this year is the first year to have the tiebreaker. That's what threw me off.
Yeah, because it used to be that 1-game playoff.
Yeah, they don't want to do the 1-game playoff, which I get, which is weird because that just makes more money for the owners and stuff like that, which is kind of weird. I'm surprised they wouldn't continue doing that. So in terms of what his ceiling is, do you think he has a potential to be like a Hall of Famer,
no.
An all-star, like an on and off all-star, or just a really key or core player to a team? Like, what level do you think he could attain?
I think he could be a Gold Glover that gives you maybe 260 to 270 batting average. You're going to get the triples because of his speed.
Mm-hmm.
I think he hit, yeah, 10, 15 homers, maybe 20. Um, he drives in pretty key runs, for being a steady leadoff hitter. Someone you can depend on. He's going to play great defense. He's going to steal some bases. He's gotten better in that category. So just maybe. How about this one? You remember Alex Gordon from the Royals, left
Yes, I
fielder?
do. Yes, I remember him exactly.
I could see him being like an Alex Gordon type player with better speed.
Okay, I can see that. Definitely. They used to call him Flash Gordon, didn't
Yep.
they?
Because he was a Gold Glover,
Yeah.
get you some home runs. I think he had a little speed, but not like Parker Meadows. But was a solid major leaguer. Not everybody's going to be an all-star or Hall of Famer, but you need those good players.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Mike? Where do you think his status level would be?
I think it's kind of early. I'm gonna say I think he could get to an all-star level, especially if he's hitting the ball. Like, we know he has speed. We know he can be a really good center fielder. He could snag and save home runs from back there, and he can run all over the field and make some good catches, some great catches. But it depends on what his if his batting average is up there, like if he's able to bat for average and hit home runs, like I'd say like 20 home runs or more. Like, it's nothing to say he couldn't be an all-star.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I see traits of an all-star player. Not consistently, but I mean,
Right. And
here
that's
and
where
there.
I'm at. Like I said, it's early, but I could see traits of an all-star player.
Yeah. Just because his defense, his base stealing ability, he hits good for average. I think he'll get better at hitting and be more disciplined at the plate. And he does have a little power. So, and maybe, who knows, maybe he'll become more of a power hitter. I mean, it's just the way he is. And he's got a big frame to build off of too. So you never know. So, what grade would you give the Tigers as of today? Like, for the season that you've already seen so far?
I hope y'all don't think I'm crazy. I'm going to go high. I'm going to give them an A because of all the trials and tribulations they've had. With the injuries, having two starters for a while, a lot of rookies and young guys, and they even like your older guys like Hannafy and stuff who haven't pitched before but come in and done really well. Maeda, not going in good as a starter, but coming in and giving you several good outings out of the bullpen. I think guys going down to the minors and then coming back up. Hinch, the way he uses his pinch hitters and way he's always able to play chess while the other managers are playing checkers. For them reasons that I just mentioned, and to be where they are right now, I'm going to give them an A.
How about you, Mike? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think that's crazy at all. That's a grade I'm giving them. I'm giving them an A. Like, this is way different from what we were looking at earlier in the season and what we were thinking earlier in the season. Like, it was looking pitiful at points in the season. So them being able to turn it around and flip the whole thing like 180, like that changes the whole entire grade for me. I'm giving them an A for all the reasons Rich said. Like, sending players down to the minors that wasn't performing at the level you were expecting. We knew the hitting was going to be hit or miss. We was hoping it would pick up at some point, and it's picked up even more than what I expected it to when I expected it to pick up. Like, it's better than what I was even projecting that pickup to be. So you got a lot of rookies. You got a lot of young hitters having timely at-bats. We've had them win some games. We've had them win some games whether they were swinging the bat or whether they were laying down bunts. So we've come a long way. And then what they were able to do with the pitching, especially when we traded, it felt like we were settling and we were just going to fall out the playoff race because we had one legitimate starter in School Bowl, one possible starter in Montero, and then the other three were just going to be like, what? We didn't even know what they were going to do at the time with those other three starts because Mize was gone. Like, with them being able to rebound and still be at the top of all the pitcher metrics with all the swapping in and out of pitchers that they were doing, AJ Hinch, the Tigers, the pitching staff, Feder, everybody, the players, A. That's all I can say, A.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, you guys took most of the area that I was going to talk about. I mean, and we saw that from the All-Star game when they beat the Yankees. They had like a 6-game series where with the Yankees and another team. I can't remember who else they played during that time, and that's kind of like where it started taking off from there. I mean, if you'd have told me prior to the All-Star break that we would be only a couple of games behind, a game or so behind a playoff spot, I'd have called you crazy, just because of what was going through. And then as we had injuries, just constant injuries, and then having to unfortunately go to like freaking 3 bullpen sessions throughout a rotation, and for them to come all the way back around. Now, I'm not going to give them an A just so I can be a little different. I'm going to give them a B+, just because I don't want to look the same. I want to be a little different. Because I just want a bunch. I just want to. They have room to grow, so I just like if they make the playoffs, I'll change it to an A, maybe an A+, just for those that get pluses in school. But yeah, I think we all in agreement. This team has really done like a complete 180, and has done well. Next topic, how do we like our core players? Mike, you want to go on this one first? How do we like our core players?
Yeah, I can. I love them, man. Like, I think we got a good core, and I think us having this good young core and them showing like the fruits of the labor, I think we're going in turn. I think we're going to get into this segment a little bit later, but I think we're going to in turn be able to spend a little bit this offseason now that we see that we got players that can play and they're productive. But yeah, the core is phenomenal, like pitching and hitting skill player wise, I would say. What you say, Rich?
I would agree, man, and even see like like Foley. Remember at the beginning of the year, he was getting having to depend on him so much, having all them high leverage situations. Then he struggled, and then now here, in these last couple weeks, now he's starting to close again. He's getting the job done, showing that he scored. Because I kind of got worried there for a minute, but he got his stroke or stuff back per se. Torque going down. He's one of our main guys. Come back up, and he's performed. Riley's been pretty steady all year, other than injuries. Carey, I can see 30 homers out of that guy, but man, he's got to stay healthy. He's getting injured quite a bit. And I always worry about, especially young guys with back injuries. The only position that I'm really worried about is catcher. But overall, I'm pretty satisfied with the core.
Yeah, same here. It's really weird. It's like it's like if you looked at about like 3 months ago or 2 months ago, it looked like if you looked at our lineup, you would have sat there and said, I don't know what we're going to do with this lineup. Like, I mean, you just couldn't fathom them ever being like together. And then you fast forward like 2 months, and all of a sudden you go, we actually have like, and I think they said it today or they said it in yesterday's game. They go, I mean, we actually have a lineup. Like, we really have a lineup. Like, you can look at it and go, where did this come from? Out of it seems like out of the blue. And you can literally paste together what our lineup would look like in the future. You know, it's very surprising how it all came together. But once again, like as much as I really, and I'll have to say, like, I was tired of hearing Chris Illett say, "Hey, we're gonna do it through the draft." And all I could hear was, "I want to be cheap. I want to be cheap." Like, that's all I could hear. That's all I could hear. And I mean, so far, he's proving me wrong. He's proving me wrong. Like, the young guys are getting it done. They have a couple of veterans in there, but the young guys are getting it done. It's amazing how easy it came together now. Now, mind you, I don't expect them all to like we're going to go into next season and all of a sudden this lineup's just going to be absolutely perfect. I mean, it'll be second years for a lot of these guys, so I expect slumps and stuff like that. But right now, it just seems like it's all gelling really good, and I like it, and they're all having fun. So I think the core that we have right now is pretty darn good. And it looks bright because they're young. I'll have to agree with Kerry Carpenter. I think he can actually hit more home runs, though. If he was healthy, I see a 280, 290 hitter with like about 35 to 40 home runs, as long as he is healthy.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's far-fetched.
Nah, not at all. I mean, he's a good base hitter, good OPS, does well. I like him as like the leader in the clubhouse, basically, as like the mainstay vet. But yeah, what do you guys?
I like to one
Go
more
ahead.
add to our core players. You know, I liked how before the season started, Riley Green had talked about how in the off season and his goal this year was to lift the ball more. He has done that. I don't think he's given up, his overall batting, but he has lifted the ball more. Like, so to hear a young guy have a goal, explain why that was his goal, and go out and get the results with it, that's pretty impressive too.
Yeah, it is. It's yeah, I mean, and you said Torque, right? Am I correct?
Riley Green.
Oh, you said Riley Green. So I've noticed Torque. I mean, he's still not a good strong hitter, but I do believe in the last, like, since he's come up, I think he's batting like 274 or something like that, or somewhere around there. He's fairly good hit, couple of doubles. Just I think he's really. It's not that he's not trying too hard at anything. He's using what the pitchers are giving him. So I think he's doing well. Will he be a core player in the future? Well, that's I think the jury's still out on that. What do you think, Mike, on Torque?
I'm encouraged by what he's been able to do. Like, is he great, phenomenal, and just killing everything like you would hope a number one pick is doing at this point in the stage of his career in the major leagues? No, but I've seen a good enough improvement from where he was at the start of the year, then going back down, and then coming back up. I've seen enough improvement to still be encouraged by him. So I'm hoping he still takes this. I'm hoping we still continue to push forward towards these playoffs. He'll get more reps in the playoffs and next year. Hopefully he kills it spring training, and hopefully he has it even better next year. Hopefully we won't even get to the point where we're having to talk about him, whether we're concerned or just have a little bit of questions about him. Hopefully by the time next season is rolling around and we're playing, hopefully he's back an even better player.
Yeah, absolutely.
And another thing too, I'm sorry.
You're good.
For as many young guys as we got, like with all the call ups and everything, guys who have never had a taste of the major leagues, to be late September and be in a playoff hunt, that is unvaluable or very valuable experience. They're not just up here because, we're the White Sox and we got 100 something losses and we're just trying to see what our future holds. No, like you're up here, you're playing meaningful baseball late in the year with 10 games to go. Like that shouldn't go unnoticed how important experience that is for these guys going forward.
Yeah, and if you saw any posts on Twitter, it's really cool because Colt Keith, who got injured in last night's game, even though it's cool that the MRI or the whatever the X-rays came back positive. So he's or not positive like in a bad way.
Negative.
Negative. So there's nothing going on. In fact, he's trying to encourage that he could play even DH if he really has to, which tells me that he wants to play, which is good.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to sit on the bench and heal. He actually still wants to be part of the lineup as much as he possibly can be, which shows that's what I want to see out of my baseball players on my team. I want them to be encouraged. I don't want them to go overboard and try to play hurt if they don't have to, but it's encouraging that they're just not sitting on the bench and taking what's given to them. They're like, hey, I want to still be out there. I want to try. Even though the coach may tell them, nah, you ain't playing, I actually want to hear them say that. It's nice to see that.
Well, you could hear it last night because we're on the road. They're all sitting. The whole team was sitting on the rail. You could hear them cheering. Like they're really into it. That's what I'm saying. This is valuable experience for them. And something to come look forward going into spring training next year. No matter what this season. How it unfolds, this will give them that fire, something to look forward, knowing how, even if we don't make it or whatever the case may be, they know how it feels. They got the taste in their mouth.
Yep.
And to see them that much involved, it's really good, man.
Yeah, this is like playoff kind of like experience that they wouldn't normally get. If the Tigers were like 10 games out right now, they would that feeling of that vibe wouldn't be there. They wouldn't be getting that. This is invaluable, like you said. This is very valuable experience that these and some of these guys that the call ups that we have, they've never seen anything like this at all.
Right.
So this is perfect. This is perfect stuff. But yeah. Shout out to the 158 and growing viewers that we have right now.
Thank you.
And they're going up fast. We're up over 160 now. That's great.
We appreciate every single view.
Every single person that's out there that's viewing us, absolutely appreciate it. Just make sure you like and subscribe to Detroit Fan Report, because once we hit 500 subscribers, we're going to give away a free jersey. All right, here's one. Here's a good one. Is Trey Sweeney the answer at shortstop?
That's a good question. No, you go, Rich. You go.
I'm very pleased with his defense. I don't think he does anything spectacular, but I don't think he's a liability out there. I think his hitting consistently is still to be determined. If anything, I could see that gap to our other shortstops that we got in our system, maybe at the very least. That's right now. If I had to make the call, that's what I see.
Yeah. How about you, Mike?
I'm encouraged by what I've seen from him defensively, like Rich said. Offensively, he's done good things here and there. He's hit some bombs here and there, but like Rich said also again, like it's nothing like locking him down as that. But hey, as a young player, us getting him in the trade, like seeing what his numbers were in the minors with the last organization, with that being the Dodgers, like none of us were like too excited, but he's been better than that. Like when he came to our minor league system, he was doing fairly well. When we called him up, like I said, he's had a few moments. I can't say he hasn't, but not the answer currently. I still like to see him on the field, but I would still like to see him go after somebody that's already established as a shortstop. You don't necessarily have to break the bank. You don't have to do nothing crazy, but get somebody out there that can also help him in growing too.
Yeah.
We all know you want Will Adamas.
Yeah, we're not touching on that right now, but yeah.
he really wants that guy. And I'd take him if he comes at a fair price, definitely take him. Now, Trey Sweeney for the month of September is batted .250 with an 800 OPS. He's doing fair. That's pretty good. That's better than the other shortstop we had. Not naming any names, but
that's crazy. not better than the gold,
man. Yeah, so he's at a 326 on base percentage, and he slugs 475. So he's done well. He's done well. I mean, what I've seen, like tonight, I saw him a couple of times. He swings at. I mean, and it's probably because he's a young guy. He's swinging at stuff outside, off the plate and inside quite a bit. But I think he's just trying to make a name for himself, and that usually comes with nerves, and you tend to swing at a lot of stuff. Plus, if you're not groomed with plate appearance, you've got to kind of train yourself for that. But I think he's doing fair. He's fair right now as a shortstop. I think he's doing okay at defense. I don't think he's great, and I don't think he's bad. I think he's a fair player right now. So, I mean, we can always get, like you said, Mike, a veteran in the offseason. Next topic. Oh, God. Which is funny because Trey Sweeney is a shortstop and Jason Foley is a pitcher. All right. Next topic is, how much have the rookies meant to our team? And we kind of already went into a little bit of that. What do you think, Mike? What do you think about our rookies?
We kind of covered it, but they mean a lot, man. Like that's when you think about the team, like that's the majority of the team. Majority of the team is young, super young. Like
their starting lineup.
Yeah, like especially when you're talking about the hitting. Like who is our veteran? That's not like a utility guy. Like it's hard to even name one. So the rookies and the young guys, man, they make up the core of the team. Like so. They've been doing what they need to do, and they're a vital reason why we're in this playoff race. Like they all woke up at the time we needed them to wake up, and like I said, them hitting is even better than what I expected to be when they finally did get rolling. It's even better than what I expected. So I can't say nothing much else than that.
I like another rookie. I don't think that gets talked a lot about is Perez. Man, he's had a lot of big moments this year. I know his defense can be questionable at times. Not as bad as Vladi and Badu. But I'm also willing to give him a pass because he's an infielder that just turned outfielder. So I'm pleased with what I see, all things considered. And I try to see everything out. And for that, I'm pleased. But he's got a little bit of pop in his bat, get you some extra base hits because of his speed. get you some stolen bases, and I don't know if he'll ever be an all-star caliber player, but he's a key player as far as what he brings to your team. He brings that extra speed, that excitement. I like Perez.
Yeah, so same here. I mean, our rookies, you can't find. I mean, that's all you find on our roster. It's just a plethora of rookies. It's cool because they bring that vibe and energy, and like basically no filter, just a raw material out there. So I mean, not to mention our minor league system that has jumped. I don't know what their ranking is. I know they were bottom 5 a few years ago, and I know now they're probably a top 5 farm system right now, just based on what the Tigers have done. I would like to do a shout out to Kevin McGonigal, who is the 2024 Florida State League MVP. So that's a great job. That is my guy. That's the guy I've been rooting for this whole season. I hope he progresses through the Tiger system, and they get him to the big leagues. I want to see what he does. But yeah,
him and Max Clark could be like Riley and Torque, come up through the system together. Guys that were praised and top prospects, coming through the system. Being friends. They've gotten called up together. They actually rode together, so they seem pretty cool. I think that's cool when guys do that, especially in baseball, because you're together so much. And when you could span 3, 4, 5 years together, not struggling necessarily, but grinding through the minors, because it's been known your minor league setup is not like the majors. You're always getting bounced around apartments, and the clubhouses ain't like the major leagues. So if you guys stick together like that and go up through the minors together, and then you make it to the big leagues, you're already friends. You already got that person to lean on if you do struggle. So I think it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. I would love to interview a coach in the minors, because I've always thought about this, but I've never really put it into perspective. Like, we all know that, they don't, I mean, every league has their championship series or whatnot, but what's the goal of a minor league coach? For the most part, we know that it is to coach, mentor, and then get the guys to the majors as much as they possibly can, make them the best people they can be. But I would love to know, what is the goal of the team in the minors outside of the development process? Are they really hard nosed into winning whatever their level championship is, or is it truly just development and everything else doesn't matter? It's considered extra cake or whatever. I wonder.
Well, to give you guys and our viewers a little perspective into it, I lived in Virginia for a year, in Salem, Virginia to be exact, and the Salem Red Sox, which is the Red Sox lower A team, and Rafaela was down there at the time. He's in the majors now. Marcelo Mayer, he's a top prospect. He was down there. Guys like that, they live luxurious because they got the big contracts. But what is untold is them guys, they're going to pick up. Most of these guys are not making that money. I was living in an apartment, and I don't know, $900 a month, and no washer, no dryer, 900 square foot. That's where a lot of these players were living. They were my neighbors.
Oh,
so they're
wow.
living just like, yes. And, the Marcelo Mayers, they come pick them up because they got the cars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So And I've walked through the clubhouse. For some of them guys that do not have them big contracts, it's rough living, man. But they're doing it to fulfill a dream.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked, like, I've had a lot of female coworkers that have boyfriends that have played in the minors before, and I've talked to them a couple of times. But I mean, granted, this was like back in probably late '80s, early '90s, so obviously it's a little different. The similarities are probably, there's still a lot of similarities, I'm sure, but I mean, the guys that I knew, like most of them were like guys that are just hanging on to the dream, and they had gotten injured, and they were probably never going to make it to the majors. It's just they were getting paid decent enough to hold it down. It for us, the pay for us would be probably pretty good, but to them it's not much. And but they still had to go through training camp just like anybody else, and it's a tough road. It's a tough road to get there. But yeah, I mean, the one guy told me that he had gotten 2 injuries to his knees and stuff, and he was still playing because they wanted him to still play. He was still good enough to play, but he knew he would never make the majors. He played for the Toronto Blue Jays minor league system. But yeah, I get it. I don't know the experience. Like you experienced different. I just got told it. So yeah.
And then a lot of them too is, they come from like the Dominican and all that stuff. So they're not even, their English ain't very well. They don't know nobody. They're not familiar with America. So, it's a culture change for them as well.
Yeah.
Trying to live out a dream.
Okay. Huh. All right. Looks like one of our questions disappeared here. All right. So the final one of our final questions here. In the off season, does Chris Ilitch actually spend serious money? If so, what do we need? So, do you think he's going to spend a lot of money, little money, an absorbent amount of money? And who do you want to pick up? And yes, Mike, we already know Willie Adames is the one that you want.
Yeah, I say he spends money. I think the core has proven that they're here and they're productive enough to justify spending on some veterans that could not only help you make the playoffs, but help you make some noise in the playoffs. So hopefully they see what's going on. They see us still in the playoff race. They see us. Hopefully we get in this thing, man. Get in this thing, get these young kids some playoff experience, and then in the off season he does right by them and their efforts and gives them some veterans to help flourish the team.
Richard?
So I don't think he got to spend a lot of money. Me in particular, what I would like to see, I'd like to see a catcher. I know there's not a lot available. Me and Mike ran down the list the other day. It's not a lot of free agents that woo you anyways out there. Especially the catcher. But I'd like to see maybe another catcher. I really hate to see Rodgers leave because what he does with his defense. I love the man's hustle. You can't knock him for that. Every day he's out there. Like, I know his batting average is below 200, but you know what you're going to get out of Jake Rodgers. He's going to give you hustle. He's going to give you his all every day. He's got a little pop in his bat. But so I'd like to see another catcher with him. I'd like to see right-handed hitting, right-handed power outfielder, or DH, something like that. And another one, I want to see Walker Buehler, man. I think you can get him. I don't think he's going to be high priced because he's had a not such a good year. But with Chris Fetter, I trust it. So
Yeah.
I would like to see that. That would be my few moves.
Well, I mean, I like you guys' choices all across the board. I would like, and you, yeah, because we're definitely a left-handed batted lineup. So I definitely like some right-handed some hitters. I would like to get a good power hitter as well. Somebody that a switch hitter would be great if you can find one. But yeah, if we can get a right-handed bat, I don't care if he bats 210, as long as he's putting up 30, 35 home runs, knocking some bases. I mean, just somebody to put in the DH spot to make it so you can't just pitch around somebody. That'd be great.
Santander's available. He's a switch hitter.
That's the guy from the Orioles.
Yeah.
What about Kyle Schwarber?
Left-hander.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and I don't think he's leaving the Phillies to come to the Tigers.
If we have promise, you never know.
I just think we have enough left-handers, in my opinion.
I agree. We need to get a righty.
Yeah, we definitely need righties.
That's another thing about Sweeney. I want to bring that up. Sweeney's another lefty. Like, it would be good to get a right-handed shortstop.
Yeah.
Or a switch hitter. I agree with that, Mike.
So then, what hand does Willie Adames?
The righty.
Right. I thought he's a switch.
Is he a switch?
Hold on, give me a second.
Yeah, I was gonna look him up real quick.
Oh, he's a righty. My bad.
He's a righty. Yeah.
But man, yeah. Hopefully we finish the game right here.
He definitely
just turned 29 too. He's having a good year. 249, 30 doubles, 32 homers, 109 RBIs, 66 walks, 165 strikeouts, 329 on base percentage, 18 stolen bases, thrown out 4 times.
See, and I know he's having a good year, but that's what I go by is the last like 2 or 3 years, and he's still done well the last 2 or 3 years. See, that's what I like. I don't want the anomaly year where he's just trying to get a paycheck and he has that like breakout season. Then people all go for him. Then he returns to what he used to do, like some guy I won't mention.
Really he's had a solid last 4 years, and then in 18, 19, 20, he was injured in 20 and 18.
Yeah.
But then in 19, he had 152 games. He had 20 homers. So really, his only 2 bad years were injured years.
Yeah. He's a good, consistent hitter is what you need. And, yeah, I like him. Plus, he's a veteran that you can have in that locker room.
That was more than a phone. What did you drop? TV?
We did a break.
Okay, then our final, last but not least, our final thing, the player of the week.
How'd you drop it?
Huh?
Who do you guys have as your player of the week?
That's a good question. I didn't even look into that, so I don't have one.
Wow.
Rich, you go.
You should always default to Tariq Skubal. It can never go wrong with Tariq Skubal.
So
it is true.
I'm gonna help my boy Mike out. You can have. I got 2 players, Mike. You can have either one. So you can go with Parker Meadows or Montero as well. He was actually the American League Player of the Week.
Yeah.
So I'll give you two, and I got your back, Mike. You can have one of them.
I take Montero because he's been doing good, man. For a young player, he stepped up in the innings that we've needed too. Like he was one of the ones that we weren't really sure at. Like I remember the first few starts were kind of rough, but he's rebounded and he's done a pretty good job in recent starts. So yeah, I think that is a good pick, Rich. I'll take Montero.
Then I'll go with Parker. He's had 2 homers, 9 RBIs. Been in crucial big moments to either tie or win. And like what he's done on defensively. So that's that. I'll go with Parker.
Okay. Sounds pretty good. I don't even know who to go with. Because you guys took one of the two. Yeah, I was like, okay, they got one. And I'm trying to find somebody else to kind of cover my bases, but those are good. Those are good choices. Yeah, because everybody else has just done average. Y'all got me on this one.
Oh, what a play, Torque.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
Ninth inning right now.
Wow. What a catch. He just took a double away.
Shoot. You guys got the good one. You got me on this one. I don't have a player of the week.
Go with the bullpen.
I'll go with Holton.
There you go.
I'll go with Holton because he's such a jack of all trades. He can do everything. You can fit he can pitch one guy or he can pitch to the entire lineup. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll take Tyler Holton as my player of the week. So overall, as a final question, like just off the cuff, how do you guys feel with it looking like the Tigers are going to probably win this game? There's only 2 out. There's 2 outs left in the 9th inning. What do you think our chances are now that we have to move on? Do we play Baltimore next? I do believe, right? Yeah.
I still think we got good chances. Is this going to be a 3-game series?
Yeah, it's a 3-game series. Yeah. 3-game series against the Orioles, 3-game series against the Rays, and the final series against the White Sox. 9 games left.
Sorry, Chris.
No,
I was going to give some pitching matchups for that
Okay,
series.
go ahead.
Friday, we got Montero and Burns. That's going to be a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, we have not announced nobody, but they're going with Cade Povich. 2-9, 69 innings, 5.74 ERA, 60 strikeouts, 29 walks. He's a left-hander.
So on my app, they have Reese Olson pitching.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's a left-hander, so that'll be an Andy Ibanez game for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday, you got Mize and Albert Suarez.
Yeah, Suarez is a pretty good pitcher.
So
yeah, I see Mize pitching another 4 2/3 or 4, like maybe get to 5. I think he'll end up with 4 innings pitched because that's what it seems like he's been pitching. You guys have anything else to talk about? Anything else?
I don't. I think that was a good amount of segments.
Yeah,
we can get. I'll give one bonus one.
All right.
This ain't Tigers, but it is baseball. Does Shohei get 50-50?
What does he need? 1 stolen base, and how many home runs does he need?
2, I think.
2 and 1, 2 home runs, and 1 stolen base.
Yeah,
he can get that. He got about like 10 more, don't they?
Something like that.
Yeah, it should have about at least like 8 to 10 games to play. So I would say he could get that.
And he's 2 home runs. Yep, 2 home runs and 1 stolen base. So yeah, I mean, he could do that in 1 game. Really, very feasible. What do you think Aaron Judge's chances of getting 60 are?
Where's he at now?
He's at 53 home runs.
I don't think he gets it.
That's tougher.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably put a bet down on it, Mike. Get good odds.
The impressive thing with Ohtani too, he's got 49 stolen bases, only been thrown out 4 times.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Like he's having a monster year, man.
He is. He is.
And I'm talking about he might be able to pitch in the playoffs.
Ooh, I thought I saw 2025 they were going to start pitching him. I didn't think they were going to try playoffs.
I heard it was a possibility that he's on the mound. He's going off the mound.
It was a rumor report out there talking about that he's already like training, he's already throwing, and he might be able to pitch in the playoffs.
Wow, that's awesome.
He's definitely the best player right now.
Yeah, I mean, I will say though, like if
best player.
Mike.
You said what?
Second best player. We all know who the GOAT is now.
Goodness.
Javi Baez.
Yeah.
JB. Call him JB for short.
Tigers just won.
I have to give a congrats out. We just hit 300 viewers.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. So I really we really appreciate it at both Detroit Fan Report, LFR, the baseball show, What Up Doe, all our football shows that we do throughout the week. Please check us out. We do a show on literally Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of every week. We also do a Lions pregame show, usually about an hour or two before the show, and we usually do a post-game show, usually the next day or a day after that. But please check us out. There's a bunch of us out there that do great things. Once again, 304 followers or viewers. If you come check us out, subscribe to us. If we hit if and when we hit 500 subscribers, we will be giving away a jersey. And I think that's it. Anybody else have anything else to say?
No,
Nope.
The only thing I was going to say before you said that, Ohtani's probably the first 6-tool player in Major League Baseball history.
6-tool. Nope, Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth.
He couldn't steal bases.
Let's just believe. A guy can dream, can he?
I forgot you were alive when Babe Ruth was playing.
Let's just stop that right now. Let's put on the brakes.
Ain't that right, Mike?
He was probably 25 back then.
You just wrong.
Chris is the real GOAT.
If I had my hair, I probably could be. Bah. Okay, so time to sign off here. Guys, in order, just tell us where you can find you.
Richard, you can find me on X at Riggs928.
Same here. You can find me at X on _JR.
Yep, you can find me on X and Crazy Hockey Fan. And we are